All right, let's get right into it. Welcome to today's explainer. Look, if you've been feeling like you're just endlessly spinning your wheels lately, you are absolutely in the right place. I'm your coach, and man, I am so excited to unroll this map with you today. Just imagine it like this thick, magical, crinkling parchment paper, designed to help you break right out of what I like to call the seventh cycle of stagnation.
And I am your oracle. I invite you to just take a deep breath with us as we unfold this parchment together. The journey we're taking today beautifully blends the subtle, ancient art of alchemical transformation with the deeply practical wisdom of the tarot's four sevens. It is quite literally your roadmap out of that heavy, gray feeling of being stuck, straight into the radiant gold of your own inner harmony.
So, are you doing everything right but somehow still feeling completely stuck? It's such a common emotional reality, isn't it? You know the feeling. You're checking all the boxes, you're putting in the work, and yet there you are, trapped in this heavy, gray stagnation. But what if I told you this isn't actually a trap at all? In alchemy, this dense, dark phase is known as the nigredo, the blackening, the necessary dissolution. It is not a failure, my friends. It's a sacred alchemical chrysalis. Yes, exactly. And this is the exact mindset shift we need right out of the gate. The Negrito is actually an accumulation of energy. So for everyone listening right now, what feels like an absolute failure or just a really frustrating delay is really just energy gathering. It's building up pressure right beneath the crinkling paper of your current reality, getting ready for a massive golden shift. You aren't stalled out, you're just loading the spring. And to release that spring, we turn to our map. We'll be using the Tarot's four sevens as a complete sequential toolkit unfolding right here on our parchment. First, we'll defend your energy with the ones. Then, we'll filter emotional overwhelm with the cups. Next, we execute a clever pivot with the swords. And finally, we embrace true gestation with the pentacles.
Okay, let's jump right into step one, the Seven of Wands, where we're going to defend your energy leaks.
Imagine our gray parchment suddenly tearing open, revealing a fiery, vibrant orange cliff edge. Notice the striking visual structure of the wands here. You've got the intersection of the dark and light blue parts spreading outward into these red extensions with black tips. But look closely at the yellow articulations right where the color changes. This yellow symbolizes intelligent reflection. It's showing us that to get unstuck, we have to shift from internal concentration into an explosive, creative action toward the world. Which brings us to a really crucial point. Creative energy is impersonal. I absolutely love this concept. It basically means inspiration isn't playing favorites. It's just sitting there waiting for you to stop leaking your focus on things that simply don't matter. To skillfully employ this fiery energy, you've got to defend your focus. Build a strategic, golden perimeter around your time and your goals. Pick your one true hill, stop saying yes to all the random distractions, and make your stand. Now, as that fiery action resolves, we flow right into step two, the Seven of Cups, filtering the overwhelm. As our scene shifts to this misty, layered blue vellum, we realize, man, we've all been there. You have so many options that you end up doing absolutely nothing. The Seven of Cups can so easily turn into compulsive, exhausting generosity or just totally losing yourself in daydreams. So how do we escape it? We use the rule of three filter. Ground your scattered emotional energy by picking just three distinct focuses. That's it. Let all the rest of those distractions just desaturate into a flat, quiet gray in the background. With our emotions filtered, we now have to confront the mind. This brings us to step three, the Seven of Swords, the clever pivot. Picture a dense, gray forest made entirely of overlapping woven sword blades. This right here is your mind when it feels totally imprisoned by its own fixed concepts. Look at how the central sword is encased in that heavy woven oval. Looks pretty stuck, right? But the absolute secret of the Seven of Swords is that you cannot hack your way out of overthinking. You have to use a clever pivot. You have to find the hidden, folded paper door in the maze and stop believing that your current reality is permanently fixed. And to execute this pivot, we actually have to activate the agile trickster energy of Mercury. First, empty your preconceived notions. You need to step into a state of active non-doing, a place where your mind just ceases its frantic struggling and simply observes. By becoming fully receptive, you gain an objective vision. You start to slide smoothly and fluidly between those sharp, rigid layers of your own overthinking, and finally discover that secret exit that was actually there all along. Okay, so you've defended your energy, you've filtered your emotions, and you've outsmarted your overthinking.
But what if the results still aren't showing up? Well, that brings us to our final 7, the 7 of Pentacles. Gestation, not stagnation.
Let's peel back a layer of this soil-colored paper on our map to reveal the pulsing golden roots underneath. This visual is just profoundly beautiful. At the center, you see 3 circles arranged in a triangle, surrounded by 4 others forming a square at the corners. This is the spirit, the triangle, gestating right in the center of matter, the square. It's telling us that what looks like a total standstill in the physical world is actually your deepest mind and spirit actively gestating, doing the heavy lifting right in the center of your material reality. So, your crucial takeaway here is this. Shift your view. Please stop calling your current season stagnation just because the tree hasn't given you fruit yet. You are actually in an incredibly rich, underground phase of gestation. You need to start noticing those tiny, golden wins, the quiet internal shifts, the small habit changes. That is your consciousness at work inside the cell, getting ready to break the surface. And now, the true magic unfolds. Step 5, Temperance, the alchemical shift. Imagine the physical parchment of our map reacting to your new awareness. The 4 corners, those 4 sevens we just explored, begin to physically fold inward, overlapping and merging into one glowing archetype. In alchemy, this integration is known as the tria prima. By working through the sevens, you have successfully gathered the 3 essential elements: your fiery will, which is sulfur, your fluid mind, which is mercury, and your grounded body, which is salt. Temperance is the angelic vessel where these forces dissolve and recombine. You are actively creating your own spiritual gold. I really love looking at these traditional images side by side because you can actually see these forces represented perfectly. In esoteric traditions, the emperor acts as the sulfur, the magician acts as the mercury, and the empress acts as the salt. Temperance takes that powerful action, that razor-sharp intellect, and that deep physical grounding and blends them seamlessly. It's literal psychosomatic chemistry. You're not just thinking about getting unstuck anymore. Your body, mind, and spirit are physically aligning to heal and move you forward. But hey, we have to be super careful here. Temperance is not about becoming some watered-down version of yourself. I really want to challenge you with the temperance inquiry. Ask yourself right now, am I finding genuine balance, or am I just avoiding necessary intensity? Is my moderation actually serving my growth, or is it just making me bland? Please don't use balance as an excuse to just sit on the fence forever. True alchemical temperance honors your edge. It just blends your extremes consciously. When you find that true active balance, the visual landscape of our journey completely transforms. That dull, heavy, stuck gray parchment of the Negredo, the very stagnation you felt at the beginning, it ignites. Picture a warm, radiant sunrise washing across the paper, turning the background into a vibrating, pulsing gold. This is the rubedo, the reddening, the glorious completion of your alchemical shift into true inner harmony. I want to leave you with this ancient, beautiful piece of Hermetic wisdom. Vitriol. Visit the interior of the earth, and by purifying, you will find the hidden stone. This entire time, feeling stuck was simply the universe's quiet invitation for you to visit your own interior, to face the dark, to purify your energy, your emotions, and your thoughts, and to discover that the hidden golden stone of wisdom was inside you all along. Man, what an incredible journey. Look, you have the map now. You know exactly how to escape the 7 cycle. So we really want to hear from you. Which of the 4 sevens do you need to apply the most right now? Is it the wands to defend your energy, the cups to filter your focus, the swords for a clever mind pivot, or the pentacles to finally trust your hidden gestation? Step out of the gray, choose your tool, and type the word pivot in the comments below to claim your next step. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer, and we will definitely see you next time.